If you ever had a problem finding right prompts for AI to solve your work tasks, here's a library of prompts created by people working at OpenAI. These prompts will be useful for any job and more specifically for sales, customer success, products, engineers, HR, IT, managers, executives, finance, and marketing. You can also use these prompts with any other AI, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Claude, Qwen, and others. Okay, let's start with the ChatGPT for any role. Here we have work prompt pack. As you can see, communication and writing, we can use it to write a professional email, rewrite for clarity, adapt message for audience, draft meeting invite, summarize long email. Also, we have meetings and collaboration. We can create meeting agenda, summarize meeting notes, create an action item lists, prep questions for meeting, draft follow-up email, identify root cause, compare options, decision criteria, risk assessment, recommend best option, organization and productivity, document daily priorities, create a weekly plan, summarize long document, brainstorm solutions, write a project update. All of these for just any role. ChatGPT for sales. Here we can see outreach and communication, draft a personalized cold outreach email, rework demo follow-up email, draft renewal pitch for key customer, create summary of rep activity, draft exec update on pipeline status, sales strategy and planning. Generate strategic account plan, design territory planning framework, prioritize accounts using firmographic data, spot high potential accounts using weighted scoring, regional market entry planning, competitive intelligence and enablement, create battle card for a competitor, competitive positioning analysis, create a sales enablement one-pager, repair sales objection rebuttals. Find customer proof points in the public domain, data analysis and performance insights. Analyze pipeline conversion rates by stage. Identify top performing reps by close rate. Visual deal velocity across quarters. Summarize campaign attribution to closed deals. Generate performance comparison chart. Visuals and sales collateral. Visualize sales process in funnel view. Visualize the B2B sales funnel. Illustrate key sales personas. Create a territory coverage map. Draft a team celebration graphic. Okay, let's see ChatGPT for customer success. Onboarding and lifecycle strategy. Create onboarding plan template. Summarize onboarding feedback. Identify best practice for high-touch onboarding. Suggest proactive playbooks. Brainstorm retention incentives. Competitive and benchmark research. Benchmark CS org structure. Benchmark success metrics by industry. Evaluate CS tooling stacks. Competitive enablement summary. Create competitive comparison of CS programs. Account planning and renewal prep. Draft executive email update. Draft QBR talking points. Prep for renewal call. Create account plan summary. Outline renewal risk summary. Data and health analysis. Outline success metrics by segment. Evaluate CSAT score distribution. Analyze support ticket trends. Spot early signs of churn. Standardize customer health scoring. Visual and diagram design. Design customer health score mockup. Visualize customer journey map. Illustrate escalation process flow. Build a visual customer maturity model. ChatGPT for products. Competitive and market research. Compare competitors' onboarding UX. Benchmark competitor pricing strategies. Compare tech stack options. Identify regulatory risks for new features. Research top product-led growth tactics. Product strategy and road mapping. Prioritize product roadmap items based on impact. Explore monetization models. Draft a vision statement for the product. Brainstorm features ideas from customers' feedback. Plan A/B testing experiments. Product content and communication. Draft PRD for a new feature. Draft changelog and release notes. Create a go-to-market FAQ. Generate a one-sentence value proposition. Draft pitch deck for new product, UX and visual design. Visualize a user journey map. Design onboarding flow wireframe. Illustrate product composition visuals. Design user journey infographics. Data analysis and insights. Analyze product feedback themes. Synthesize insights from usage data. Identify products' adoption risks. Analyze A/B test results. Compare features. Adaptation across customer segments. ChatGPT for engineers. Research and benchmarking. Evaluate cloud providers for migration. Research frameworks for real-time apps. Benchmark observability tools. Analyze AI ML trends in logistics. Investigate compliance best practices. Technical reviews and documentation. Review system design doc. Document eternal API behavior. Draft runbook for on-call engineers. Draft onboarding guide for new hires. Write GIRA ticket from spec. Debugging and optimization. Debug failing system in production. Analyze performance bottlenecks. Analyze the data pipeline failure. Suggest observability improvements. Brainstorm edge cases for testing. Data analysis and reporting. Identify trends in products' usage logs. Visualize system error rates over time. Analyze performance test results. Prioritize bugs based on impact. Summarize feedback from user surveys. System architecture and visualization. Create a component diagram. Visualize system architecture. Explain CI/CD pipeline to stakeholders. Model data flow in ML pipeline. Diagram customer journey through app. ChatGPT for HR. Workspace experience and feedback. Draft employee survey questions. Generate performance review prompts. Analyze exit survey themes. Analyze trends in employee attrition. Generate a compensation benchmarking report. HR research and complaints. Research global HR complaints updates. Benchmark average DEI budgets. Explore top HR tech trends for 2025. Compare employee retention strategies across industries. Research tools for recruiting. Talent acquisition and employee engagement. Create interview questions. Write a job description draft. Brainstorm engagement initiatives. Write internal recognition blurb. Create a DEI workshop outline. Policy and program development. Draft an internal policy summary. Draft a return to office FAQ. Plan onboarding week. Brainstorm well-being initiatives. Plan compliance training rollout. Internal brand visuals and communication. Create a welcome banner for onboarding. Design an internal DEI poster. Illustrate a hybrid work policy. Visualize the employee life cycle. ChatGPT for IT. Cloud and vendor evaluations. Compare cloud providers. Generate vendor comparison chart. Compare AI observability tools. Investigate zero trust frameworks. IT compliance and security. Assess global data residency laws. Analyze remote access tools. Generate compliance checklist. Validate access controls. Preview API security posture. IT operations and asset management. Draft IT onboarding checklist. Generate hardware lifestyle policy. Draft asset inventory policy. Help prioritize IT tickets. Track hardware lifestyle risk. IT communication and incident management. Draft an incident post-mortem. Create a DR playbook draft. Write internal comms for downtime. Translate error logs to plain language. Evaluate SaaS tool redundancy. Evaluate SaaS tool redundancy. IT monitoring and optimization. Summarize system health trends. Suggest system monitoring improvements. Analyze service uptime and incident frequency. Audit user access logs from anomalies. Forecast IT support ticket volume. ChatGPT for managers. Strategic planning and alignment. Draft quarterly goals. Access update talking points. Run a skills gap analysis. Plan a hiring roadmap. Reframe goals after a pilot. Managerial coaching and performance enablement. Create a one-to-one template. Improved feedback delivery. Prepare for a difficult conversation. Resolve across team conflict. Team analysis and health diagnostics. Identify burnout risk from hours. Analyze workload distribution. Diagnose team health issues. People and talent research and benchmarking. Hybrid engagement best practices. Benchmark manager to IC ratios. Research effective upskilling programs. Compare DEI strategy examples. Understand burnout risk and mitigation. Team culture and visual communication. Depict a team growth journey. Summarize team culture. Show quarterly focus areas. ChatGPT for executives. Investor and market intelligence. Summarize investor trends. Survey investor sentiment. Benchmark executive compensation. Evaluate M&A opportunities in a sector. Access future trends in your industry. Executive and organizational communications. Draft vision statement. Generate town hall talking points. Refresh internal comms strategy. Plan a reorg comms sequence. Draft a succession planning memo. Strategic planning and decision support. Create a pricing strategy brief. Prioritize growth levers. Analyze market entry risks. Reframe strategic trade-offs. Design a 3-year strategy outline. Analytical performance and data insight. Identify top and bottom performance segments. Analyze quarterly business metrics. Analyze customer journey drop-off. Forecast next quarter based on historical trends. Prioritize strategic investment. Executive visualization and framework design. Build a competitive landscape grid. Design a 2-to-2 market positioning matrix. Show transformation timeline. Visualize strategic vision of flywheel. Illustrate a future product vision. ChatGPT for finance. Financial benchmarking and market analysis. Benchmark financial performance. Benchmark expense ratio versus peers. Competitive fundraising analysis. Compare global tax regulations. ESG finance strategy benchmark. Financial planning and forecasting. Forecast revenue trends. Draft budget assumption for planning. Model cash flow scenarios. Conduct ROI analysis for tooling. Compare pricing strategies. Financial communication and reporting. Prepare board meeting talking points. Write investor update summary. Draft QBR financial slide content. Translate variance analysis. Summarize audit findings. Operational finance and process environment. Analyze cost reduction opportunities. Evaluate M&A target fit. Identify accounting process gaps. Review vendor payments for consolidation. Procurement strategy cost levers. Financial dashboard and visual storytelling. Visualize revenue growth funnel. Illustrate budget planning workflow. ESG finance impact visuals. Executive dashboard concept. ChatGPT for marketing. Campaign planning and strategy. Visualize campaign timeline. Brainstorm campaign ideas. Draft a creative brief. Build a messaging framework. Build a customer journey map. Competitive and market research. Competitive content analysis. Research emerging trends in buyer behavior. Research regional campaign benchmarks. Research industry event competitor presence. Research AI tools for marketers. Content and creative development. Draft a product launch email. Generate ad copy variations. Create a social post series. Create a customer spotlight post. Create an explainer video script. Data analysis and optimization. Identify top performing marketing channels. Uncover customer churn patterns. Summarize survey results. Forecast next quarter's lead volume. Optimize campaign budget allocation. Visual and brand communication. Develop a brand style guideline outline. Conceptualize visual storytelling. Create a visual campaign mood board. Evaluate brand consistency. Refresh brand identity concepts. If this video was useful, please leave it a like, subscribe to the channel to learn new things about AI.